Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi. Trying something different today. Jesus. Alright. So, set the video up in perspective. I'm doing Star Wars The Old Republic. This is the character you've seen in several different episodes where I've saved my master. Now I'm going to a planet called Tython, and it's been destroyed by battles between the Republic and the Empire. And I'm going through the wreckage and I'm trying to find the Jedi Master. This is the last mission. All the other little missions are inconsequential. This last mission is going to be the whoop-de-doo. I'm on my mount. It's a Varactyl. I had to buy it with... when you subscribe to some of these games, they give you in-game currency, kind of as an idea to, you know, subscribe. So I bought this mount a long time ago. But you're not here for that. You're here for what happened with my Linux. If you could like, subscribe, share, unsubscribe, resubscribe. You can't comment yet. Sorry. If you want to gift me a coffee or buy me a cup of coffee or Monster, I appreciate it. All right, let's get right to it. So, did kind of like an emergency video yesterday. I'd spent all day, and when I had posted the video, I had not fixed my problem with CatchyOS. Fundamentally, is the problem I'm having is in Steam games on my home directory, which is my physical drive that Linux is installed on. The games load perfect. They run perfect. That is 1 terabyte. In the future, I would get a bigger home drive for Linux where I could put all this stuff for at least Steam games. Maybe in the future it'll work better, but right now it doesn't really work with my external drive, or I have another internal drive that I just deleted the Windows partition on that and went, as the saying is, blank to the wall. I put the throttle all the way forward and said, I'm going to do Linux all the way. That partition doesn't really run Linux either. Now, my complaint was in CatchyOS, it seemed like everything was good for Steam. Like you hit a button and loaded all these gaming softwares, and that's great. It was a little rough around the edges, but it was great. It ran perfect. My only problem was this one thing. In my attempt to, you know, I read a lot of stuff in YouTube. Don't read a lot of stuff. No, you got to do your research. But, you know, people said, and that was the name of the last video, / etc. / etc. / fstab was the file you're supposed to do. I edited that file. I did it wrong. I didn't add like a switch would have prevented all that. I couldn't boot back into my system, and then it deleted that fstab. So in essence, I then tried to rework everything with the live USB of CatchyOS. Didn't work. Then I said, F it. In my experience, I've just wrote over everything with a different version of Linux. I did it. CatchyOS would reinstall into the same folder. It wouldn't erase it. Wouldn't always give me all the options. So I said, let me install Linux Mint, and I'll use Linux Mint for a week. Well, installed Linux Mint. Can't stand Cinnamon now that I'm so used to KDE. And it would not connect to my keyboard wirelessly. So like, once I got this computer, I had to switch the wireless Bluetooth card to an Intel card from a MediaTek, and I'm like, there's just no way I'm going to jerk around. CatchyOS recognized it fine, worked. Linux Mint didn't. Not Linux Mint's fault, my fault. Not CatchyOS's fault, my fault. I need a little more hand holding. So I loaded Linux Mint. It then installed Grub as a bootloader in front of my normal bootloader, and then I reinstalled Catchy a couple times, and I tried to put EI or RFind, whatever it is. I tried to put it in, didn't work. So I kept booting into Grub, which would error. Then I have to go in BIOS, boot from the BIOS, and do all that stuff. So I did it, YouTube. I considered going back to the devil I knew. I had a version of Windows 10. I have the license for it. And I realized when I was doing virtual machines, I couldn't get the virtual machine Windows. I was like, oh, I'll just do that, but it needed a license, so I got the license. So then I was like, well, why don't I just reinstall Windows, YouTube? But that doesn't get me anywhere, right? It doesn't get me in. It's just comfortable. I'm going back to the husband beater, the spouse beater, because it's more nicer than like being out on my own and figuring it all out. Disclaimer, part of this is all because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Excuse me for, I don't know what I'm doing. Fake headset for concern. So, for the most part, just the average, I'm not the average user, so that's just it. I'm not just gaming, I'm gaming tons, and I'm putting tons of games on there, and I'm going to different game every day, maybe 4 or 5 games a day, because I'm trying to make content. Why am I doing the content this way? It's because I'm giving you something in the background. Really, I'm just talking to you, so really it's just like a podcast.
Too late, Jedi. You wanted too long, too long.
And I use the video maybe to spur some conversations, right? I'm going to go through my process a little at a different point. I am editing this on Lumafusion on Mac OS. Unsponsored plug now. When I was growing up, Apple was always considered the best computer system for content creation. I have to admit, Lumafusion is dirt cheap. It works on my iPad. It works on my Mac.
It's all right, Master. I'm here to help you, remember?
Just better. Now, here's what's bad about Mac OS. If I have a smaller window, it still keeps all the file, all view, all that stuff up on top. It doesn't go with the window. That's dumb. Dumb. I don't care that you move stuff on the left, Mac, but some of this stuff's dumb. So Mac isn't the best. I'm going to sit here and tell you Mac's best. Doesn't play games, all the games I want. Linux is the right answer. So what am I going to do now? In my experience, to fix Linux problems is use a hammer, YouTube. When I was in the Coast Guard, didn't have a lot of time for a lot of BS, right? So I just said, all right, could I go back to Windows? Nope. I wouldn't come back on this channel. I would quit. If I went back to Windows, I would quit doing, because it's just, right, it's admitting I'm a scrub. So, Nobara Linux, here I come. So I go on there. I download. I told you about Bazrite. It was so complex. Just to even, what am I supposed to download? I mean, come on, guys. You'll see a lot of videos about 2026 is the year of the Linux desktop. You make it so hard to do stuff, Linux. Gosh. And I understand there's different flavors. It's what I love. So I loaded Nobara, however you say it. Loaded fine. Fixed the drives so I could load again. My boot sector was working, so it loaded. Great. And it had a KDE as a default. And they had their KDE branded Nobara, so I did that as well. I didn't know it was Fedora. Not that I don't care. It's no difference. Because I'm using KDE. Some of the package manager different, some a little different. So here's what I found. I loaded up. On the first thing it says, you want to mount drives? I can help you mount drives. Auto mount drives. And I'll explain. So the level of hand-holding is so much better. So then I was like, well, Catchy focuses on performance. This Nobara is like a nice sweet spot.
It's gone. I am myself again.
And I can still change it and add packages and do whatever I want. Bazrite is mutable. I mentioned that a little bit. Immutable it is, rather. It means I can't change it. So Nobara is right in the sweet spot. A little more hand-holding than Catchy. Not as fast as Catchy, maybe. But it does everything I need to do, and it holds my hand, and it finds things, and it's like tons of Proton. If you're into Steam gaming, you understand Proton. Tons of choices for that, so feeling good about it, right? Loaded, did all my changes because I know KDE. I could put everything on the left. Everything's great.
And you can pass on that strength to others, Master.
I must report to Master Seal.
So, Linux, the title, the thumbnail is Linux broke me yesterday. It bent me to a knee.
The sacrifice
I almost went back to the dark
I
side,
only hope
but
your burden does not become too
I didn't break.
Thank you for sparing Master Tychon. I
In
doubt
my
anyone
mind,
else would have been so
right,
forgiving.
there's
The Republic won't
a
be
lot
accepted.
of,
When Master Tychon turns himself in, they'll never forgive him.
oh gosh,
The
YouTube.
Republic knows the value of mercy.
That's a failure on
He
this
needs
part right
compassion
there.
right now.
Oh, holy moly, YouTube. I'm going to have to stop early. So, the Mac, the iPad just plays it the whole time. So, usually I have the playback. I'm looking at the playback. It never, I don't have to touch the screen. It just does it all through. The Mac timed out. Oh gosh, because I'm a computer. I got a video running. I'm not. AI, YouTube. You can't even figure out that I'm watching the video. Stupid. Anyways. So, this video is a little bit different. I'm editing it on a Mac. Some ways it's easier. You just found out one way it's harder. I got to keep jostling the mouse. Then I got to get a program, Jostle Alive. Those of you who have worked from home have that program. So I'm on Nobara. I like it so far. I'll stick with it for 30 days. I have Cachy on everything else. I have it on, most importantly, my Legion Go. I would leave it on my Legion Go. I don't need to do the kind of things. You know, that would run into the same problem eventually as a 1 terabyte hard drive, and then I have a SDHC card, which is 1 terabyte, but it's going to have the same problem. But I don't play as many games because the RAM is limited on that system. And so what I found, like when I played The Division, and that will go up to like, I don't know, like 14 gigabytes, and then it will have like 6 gigabytes. Like it wants about 20 or 24 gigabytes to live in.
So, is Tychon dead?
And the Legion Go only has 16. That's why for a while you heard me shilling for the Alley X. I don't like the design of the Alley X. I know I'm all over the road, YouTube. I don't like the design of the Alley X. I love the Legion Go because I can take the things off. The Legion Go with the Z2 processor, which is fantastic, which is what I want. If it doesn't have 32 gigabytes, then you shouldn't even bother with it because you're not going to be able to play all the games you want and have the headspace. Also, doing some housekeeping. Holy mackerels, having a stroke, YouTube. Housekeeping here is that on the system I'm running now, the UM870 Minis Forum, it's at 30 watts. So when you saw me play Cyberpunk 2077, it was running at 30 watts, so it's kind of low power, so that's when I ran on the load the Steam Deck mode. Look, the video looked good to me. I'm not making 4K videos. I could. I got the hardware for it. This is, okay, so every time I look at the videos, right, you have this. Sorry for no shade, YouTube. It's cold here. I don't know what it is about cold, but I don't want to shave when it's cold. That guy that you just saw me talk to was a jerk. Basically, here's what happened. I saved that master. I shielded him like I shielded my previous master. He was about to cleanse everyone. So I went to this guy. This guy was like mad. He's your responsibility now. Now I'm going back to my ship. We're getting near the end, YouTube, and I got to cut it early because of the system dying on me. But this is when I'm having a codger moment. What was I talking about? Doesn't matter what I was talking about. It'll come back to me, or maybe it won't.
Welcome to Terrace. I'm Governor Suresh.
I'm with Nobara. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep that for 30 days, even longer. I was talking about the UM870.
This world and our work here will shine as a beacon of hope to all
I mean,
the Republic.
I guess one of the things about trying out distros is like Linux Mint. When it was a virtual machine, it worked fine, but when it had to find my keyboard in real life, it couldn't. Again, that's probably my fault. And everyone's really parochial about what distribution they have, and they like it. So I'm not trying to discourage anyone's. If you get in Nobara, the first thing you see when it comes up, they have these helper screens. Catchy had a nice helper screen. It has a nice helper screen. And it goes right into mounting drives, right? And that's what I want. And then it said, listen, here's specifically where I want to mount the drives. I want to do it here. I don't want to do a run slash mount slash whatever. I'd rather have it as a device, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want, Nobara, I'm going to do or not do. But it addressed the very thing I complained about in the last video. So I have to think that all of these things, I got on my ship now, YouTube, and I'm getting out of that place. So I'm going to go to the next place. You've seen me in Nar Shaddaa. I probably won't show you any videos of Nar Shaddaa. Maybe just the boss fight, because it's that maps a little bit to me. So this is Kazi. Thanks for sharing. That's the update. Bye.